Welcome back to another session of Pastoral Ministry 401. In today's presentation, we will conclude our discussion on the primary moments of life by examining the fourth and fifth of these crucial stages. We will focus on the commitments of life and the end of life, areas where pastoral ministry can have a profound impact upon families and individuals. Hello again, this is Steve Goode, your instructor. I welcome you back to this session. We have previously explored the beginning of life. We've talked about salvation. We've looked at the callings of life. All of these are primary moments in one's life. Today, we will turn our attention to the commitments of life, including the choice of a spouse and singleness, as well as preparation for marriage and the essential role of premarital counseling. Also, we will examine the end of life or death. During this session, you should expect to learn about the significance of ministering to those choosing a spouse, a decision that holds great importance. Additionally, we will talk about understanding the choice of singleness. Then we will examine why preparation for marriage is a lifetime concern. And then we will address the fact that premarital counseling is essential in preparing young people to face marriage. The choice of a marriage companion is another key reference point in the life of the church where church members often seek spiritual guidance and assistance with a wedding. I encourage you to develop policies for performing wedding ceremonies, ensuring that you feel comfortable and upholding biblical standards. It's essential to be fair and maintain a high standard for marriage, as this is an area where people expect the utmost dedication from their ministers. Be well prepared to minister and officiate, keeping Jesus Christ at the center of your work to support couples in their journey toward marriage. These standards will help you avoid becoming the marrying Sam of your community. You should be discerning in who to perform a wedding ceremony for. I would caution you that this is one of those areas where people expect you to be at your best, so prepare well, be ready to minister and to officiate, and be sure that you keep the Lord Jesus Christ as the center of all that you do. Numerous adults, whether by choice or circumstances, find themselves destined for singleness. Churches have a responsibility to offer support to single adults, including professional students, careerists, widows, and divorced persons who are single again. Life can be challenging for older unmarried individuals, so it is crucial to refine our ministry skills in this area to ensure that singles do not feel excluded and receive the pastoral care they deserve. Ministers should preach intentionally on practical aspects of family life and marriage. Preparation for marriage is a lifelong concern, and parents should gradually help their children understand the nature of a committed relationship. Premarital counseling is a vital component of effective ministry to couples. Several reasons highlight the necessity of premarital counseling. First, many young people are immature and they're guided by romantic fantasies rather than informed choices. Couples need a Christian understanding of commitment and what it is to trust another human being. So, people need to have a biblical and theological understanding of commitment, especially to counteract their immaturity. Some individuals may not be well suited for each other due to differences in age, values, cultural backgrounds, and religious beliefs. In terms of religious background, it's certainly not good for a Baptist to marry a Buddhist or a Methodist to marry a Mormon. Reliable spiritual guidance will enable couples to discuss these differences and maybe even defer their plans or to work through problems prior to getting married. Number 3, they need to face their histories. Divorced persons will no doubt come to you seeking direction and counsel, and may be asking you to provide them a ceremony. Divorced persons will have previous histories of marital failure, and they need to face the loss of confidence, grief, self-doubt, and feelings of guilt, suspicion, and hostility before sealing marriage vows again. They need to work through these issues. But you also must work through your own theology to determine who you will marry and under what circumstances you will be able to do a wedding ceremony. And then number 4, agreement is needed on the details of the marriage. The parties involved need to agree upon the ceremony to be used, the place of the ceremony, rehearsal plans, and specific wedding procedures. I want to include a few points about death on this slide as we near the end of this discussion. At the close of the human pilgrimage lies the experience of death and life beyond death. We will discover death for ourselves, and no one will escape it unless the Lord Jesus Christ comes back first. In the Bible, in Psalm 90, verse 12, we are taught to number our days. We will come back to discuss this issue of life and death in 2 additional presentations later on in this quarter of study. Our exploration of the commitments of life and the end of life underscores the significant role pastors play in guiding individuals through these pivotal moments. By focusing on preparation for marriage, the role of premarital counseling, and the experience of death, we equip ourselves to provide meaningful support and spiritual guidance. As we continue to develop our ministry skills, let us remember the importance of being a compassionate and well-prepared minister in the lives of those that we serve. This ends the presentation.